On Saturday, Jennerstown Speedway held twin 31-lap features for the late models. 31 in honor of Mark Catone, the former track champion who is making his return to Jennerstown Speedway.
Well, now for those of us who weren't able to go to the track because maybe they were told they had Saturday night off and the TV van didn't bother to come and get them, we can live vicariously through Ron's eyes. Here are the highlights from the twin 31-lap features.
In the first late model race, Gary Wiltrout in the orange and yellow 95 started on the pole position. Mark Catone in the black 31 runs to his outside as they race down the backstretch. The 8 of Travis Fisher, a regular at tracks to the east, such as Evergreen and Mahoning, would move into second by the time they complete the first lap. The 75 of Barry Audie and 19 of Mark Smith would also shuffle Catone back a couple of positions. Fisher would take the lead away from Wiltrout as they come down to complete lap number 5. Audie runs the low groove behind Fisher and keeps pace with Wiltrout. As they exit turn 2, Wiltrout tries the outside of Fisher but has to check up, allowing Audie to pass him for the runner-up position. In the latter stages of the race, Audie mounted a challenge for the lead with Matt Sever in the 83 just behind him in third. In 2 previous appearances at Jennerstown this season, Fisher had finished as the runner-up to Audie. Fisher would pull away slightly from Audie and Sever near the end of the race to pick up the win in the 31-lapper. Travis, congratulations on the win now, and 2 starts here before Audie got you. You held him off this time.
Yeah, that was an awesome run. It was great running, with Barry side by side like that. I know I had to put on a heck of a show for the fans, and that's what they pay to come see, and that's what we should give them, each and every week. This place is awesome. They're doing a great job, all the promoters and, the fans, great fan base. And we definitely look forward to giving them a few more runs by the end of the year.
Now, you have to travel quite a ways. Let's tell everybody how far you have to travel and what it takes to get here.
Yeah, we're about 3.5 hours. No traffic, of course. It's just tough. We have to leave Saturday morning. We're not getting home till, real early Sunday morning. And, it's just tough, losing the whole weekend like that, trying to get a crew of guys prepared and be able to come, because coming and running against these guys, you definitely have to be on your game.
Now, I've heard that you're kind of putting the word out there to your Eastern drivers out there, maybe try to get them to come over and run with you.
Yeah, I try, as much as I can to build this class up. I love the late model. I prefer not to have to move a class, either direction to a modified or anything. My heart and soul's kind of in the late model stuff, and we work real hard and try to promote to get guys to come. Unfortunately, it's not really working, that well. I think it's the distance, but I know for sure if we could get a few guys to come out and experience this place, they'd fall in love with it as well.
Fisher, Audie, Sever, Wiltrout, and Jamie Beck round out the top 5 in the first 31-lap late model feature. The starting grid for the second 31-lap event was inverted according to how they finished in the first feature earlier in the evening. Mark Catone would jump out to the early lead, followed by the 19 of Mark Smith and Bob Weber in the red number 11. Weber would work the outside of Smith to take second by the time they complete lap number 1. As the rest of the field drives off into turn 1, Gary Wiltrout's car is turned backwards against the inside retaining wall. Barry Audie was also involved but drove away. Wiltrout was okay but done for the evening. Catone and Weber would lead the field for the next few laps. Weber, who hails from the Buffalo, New York area, would eventually take the top spot away from Catone. Audie would come from the back of the pack to reel in Weber along with the 83 of Matt Sever. Sever starts the edge past Audie going through 3 and 4. Then Weber gets loose exiting the turn, allowing Sever to take over the lead. Weber would lose a couple more positions as the laps wound down. Here, Travis Fisher passes him for the 4th spot. Up front, Matt Sever would hold off Barry Audie to claim the victory in the second late model feature. Matt, congratulations on the win. That was a bold move for the lead.
Thank you very much. That was crazy. I had some time to cool off and think about it now. And you know, that first race, I really wanted to make something happen on the high side, and I knew I couldn't. So, you know, that second race, we had a little bit of a long night. You know, we had that instant heat race, and I spun down through the grass. And after that, I just kind of wanted to really get back and make something happen. And so I figured that last race, I said there was only a couple to go, and I knew if Audie got to the front first, we weren't going to be able to get him. So I said, let's stick her on the high side and see what she'll do, and we lucked out. We had a great car tonight. We really did. That thing was an animal, especially that second race. So I was glad we finally had a chance to show it there toward the end.
It's like the doors open, you're like, oh, I better take advantage of this now.
It was crazy, man. I don't know what was going on, but it seemed like everyone was a little bit sideways tonight. I know even like when I was passing the 11 there, I saw him dart toward the inside coming out of 4, and I was thinking, how sideways was he? I couldn't really see it from my angle, but I'm like, man, I hope he don't come back up into us. But, I mean, I don't know. I really hope that was a good show because, I mean, I know from where I was at all night, it was just, you know, give and take and crazy. So hopefully it was enjoyable for everyone.
Now, this is your second full season, and you're making quite a name for yourself, and that's good for the sport because, I mean, you see the Audis and the Catones and stuff have been at this for quite some time, and we need some fresh blood, and it seems like you're filling in there.
We've been trying. I mean, yeah, we come a long way. We started a couple years ago in TBRA, and you know, unfortunately, we had that wreck down in Motordrome there toward the beginning of the year, and I mean, we had to take it to Michigan. I mean, the car was just, the front clip was basically tore off it, so we really had to start over, and I was afraid that we were going to have to really kind of work our way up from that, you know, kind of filling in, because we switched a bunch of stuff. It was like a whole new car, and the way we hit the ground running, I was actually really happy with. So hopefully we can just keep her going now. I mean, this has been a heck of a ride these last 4 or 5 weeks, so hopefully we can just keep it going.
Sever, Audi, Catone, Fisher, and Weber round out the top 5 in the second 31-lap late model feature.
Well, that wraps things up for this week's show. Hopefully next week I get to start my series of reports from the Senator John Hines Historical Museum. Right, Ron?
Yes, we will. Probably.
I have the van keys.
Until next time, remember, if you want to contribute to the growth of our sport,
quite simply support those who support racing.
This has been Pit Pass on WHVL, brought to you by Millheim Small Engine, your local Husqvarna dealer, located just 1 mile west of Millheim. Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle. Visit PoconoRaceway.com for tickets. And by Seagram's Escapes. Color your summer.